What am I missing with this card? Why are fans not purchasing this card? But I still think this card is in running for a very similar number to that Joshua Vitas. But will this card top 5,000? And there it is. Even with an autograph offering, we have the lowest Derek Jeter in Project 2020 with that Fuji design. Welcome to episode number 108 of the Project 2020 Nightly News. My name is Chris, otherwise known on Twitter and Instagram as @CRT_Sportscards. And my website is the website you want to visit for everything related to Project 2020, CRTSportscards.com. So what have we learned so far this week in Project 2020? One thing we've seen outside the print runs is the market for first player cards is basically silent. As you've seen the updates on the website the past couple of days, there have been basically no sales. So the question mark right now is, from a secondary market perspective, are the good deals gone? Are there no more deals to be had on eBay? If we are looking to purchase a first player card, do we as buyers have to step up and make a better offer on the buy it nows? Or is this just a couple of days of not really having any auctions during the end of the week, and we'll see the numbers pick up or the auctions come off the board as the weekend goes by? It was just surprising to see after a couple of days this week, in my tracking perspective, to have very few sales and nothing on the very early cards. And second, the print runs have been very, very low. Looking at this Derek Jeter specifically, 3.1, yes, that is a large number in Project 2020 right now in this era of the set. But when you take a look at my projection of that card, I said we're going to probably see this card right around 3.5, the Joshua Vitas number. I did not expect it to come in over 10% less than that print run. People just crushed that Vitas. And although I was not the biggest fan of the Fuji design, I really thought that that card would sell more than that, or at least come in right at 3.5. But for that card to barely squeak over 3.1, that's a very surprising result. We will see, though, what happens with this card. I theorized the other day that this could be a potential Mike Trout, Keith Shore situation. So we'll find out in the next couple of weeks what happens with this card, because I can almost guarantee you, from a Yankee and Jeter perspective, there were more fans than what this card produced. And then on that Tyson Beck Ichiro, his fifth lowest print run. Obviously, his first three cards were all under 2,000. He had very few cards in the bubble. But here again, I was a little concerned or a little lost on this card, why people were not buying it. And it came in very, very low. I was happy. I picked up 2 copies. They'll sit in my PC here for a long time. I'm happy to own it. But I'm curious, of the Jeter, of the Ichiro, how many cards did you buy? And did you purchase the Bin Baller or Sophia Chang so far this week? And so all of that leads us to the next 2 cards in Project 2020. Card number 311, Mariano by Gregory Siff, and number 312, Bob Gibson by Matt Taylor. But first, I did want to say thank you for the continued support of the channel, and for everyone who continues to watch and who has hit that subscribe button. The other day, I crossed over 2,000 subscribers, and that is just a huge number in my opinion. So thank you so much for the continued support of the channel, and I cannot wait to finish out the next 2 months of the set and to see where this channel and the set goes into 2021. And when you think about excitement, there is one artist right now that I'm the most excited to see about every single time they release a card, and it is Gregory Siff. I cannot get enough of Gregory Siff when it comes to his designs. And when you take a look at Mariano's card here, the toughest card to design in Project 2020, I think right here, this is one of the best, if not the best, Mariano cards. But look, I say that a lot in the moment of a card, but this is a very, very unique take on the card. We have the bullpen, we have the cut fastball, we have the broken bats. There are so many cool things here. And on the front of the card, what does it say? It says Mo. When you talk about Mo in baseball, we know it's Mariano. So I think Gregory Siff here hit it out of the park. And unfortunately with Rivera, he gave up very few home runs in his career, but Gregory Siff hit a home run with this card. And that takes us to our second card of the day, this Bob Gibson by Matt Taylor. And I was also very happy today to receive that Ted Williams in the mail from Matt Taylor, or actually from Topps, not Matt Taylor, but that was one of my favorite Matt Taylor cards. And when you think about this Bob Gibson, this one is an interesting take for me. So this is Bob Gibson's third card released in Project 2020 since his passing. And when you see this card, you have the Cardinals in the background. Obviously, he played for the Cardinals. But when I saw the birds and I saw the full circle, it was almost like a tribute to Gibson, because his life just recently came full circle. From start to end, that was Gibson. And so while I'm having a very difficult decision on what was my card of the day, I liked both. I liked the perceived sentimental value of the Gibson, and I liked the fun factor from the Siff. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to have to go with the Siff, just because he's a little bit ahead of Matt Taylor in my books when it comes to artists in Project 2020. But what did the fans think about these two cards? At 8 o'clock tonight, that Mariano had sold 12 copies on eBay. So not the lowest, but also not the highest this week in Project 2020. And when you think about Mariano's recent results in Project 2020, several cards falling under 2,000. The money is on people, you, the fans of Project 2020, not buying this card and it coming in under 2,000. I hope it tops over 2,000, but right now, with 12 copies sold and the history of Mariano in the set, this card will come in under 2,000. But on that Gibson, a very, very surprising number. Only 3 copies sold, lower than the Ichiro from the day before. So where is this card going to fall? Right now, everything tells us under 2,000. And then taking a look back at the Wednesday cards after 2 days of sales on eBay, that Bin Baller, 39 copies sold. Does not come anywhere near the high number right now on the Rochester Mattingly, but we know the orders on eBay do not matter for a Bin Baller card. I still think this card is over 5,000 or right below 5,000. The comments on my video last couple of days have been very strong on this card. And then that Sophia Chang, Mark McGuire, again, more positive comments, good to see. I think we're going to see a very low 2 number if it gets over 2.1, 2.125, maybe even under 2,000. We'll see where they land. But in the meantime, hit that subscribe button so you're notified tomorrow evening when I post up episode number 109 of the Project 2020 Nightly News.